Yo, what's up? Today we're talking about the 5 reasons why you need to block her. All right. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Thank you for stopping by. My name is Kane. I'm the Silver Bachelor, and this channel is 100% dedicated to dating advice for older guys. If you're new, please subscribe, hit that notification button because I drop a video every day. All right, let's get into this. You need to block her if she does these 5 things. Number one, she cancels last minute. Now, I'm not talking she cancels the day before. Stuff happens. I'm pretty flexible with, okay, hey, I'm not feeling well. Watch out for that excuse though. Or something's come up with work. I will let it go maybe once, maybe twice max in that situation. So if she cancels last minute, I'll give you an example of what happened to me. Check out my video on my girlfriend as a covert narcissist. So what happened to me, we had plans for a specific day, Saturday, Sunday, whatever it was. And she said she was going to come over for noon. So at that time, it was like 10:30 in the morning. She sends me a text and she says, hey, I'm getting ready. I'm going to be on my way soon. Fantastic. A few moments later, right? She sends me another text and she says, I am sorry, I have to take a mental health day. I was like, oh shit. Now, she had canceled or she'd rescheduled other times before. So this all kind of came to a head and I said, look, I need to make sure whoever I'm with, that I can rely on them. Clearly you're not reliable. So I broke it off with her. And a few days later, she comes crawling back. She's apologizing and all that stuff. Okay, fine. So then a month later, this was a good one, but not really, I'll tell you. So a month later, similar situation. We're supposed to get together on a specific day. And 10:30 in the morning, so she said I'd be there for noon the previous day. So I was expecting her to see her at noon that day. And so 10:30 in the morning, I get a text from her sister. Okay, so I met her sister briefly once at a nightclub. We had never exchanged numbers. So clearly, she gave my number to her sister, and I got this long drawn out text that she had a mental breakdown the night before. She was stressed. She passed out. She went to the ER. Both of them are there because they kept her overnight for observation, yada, 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 yada. And I'm reading it and thinking, this chick has had this history of canceling and rescheduling. This is bullshit. So in my gut instinct, I was like, you know what? I don't believe this. I believe she's at home. So I had picked her up and dropped her off at her place many times. So I thought, that's it. I'm going to her house. So I go to her house. I make sure I hide from the little peepee hole thing. I knock on the door. And guess who opens the door, right? Her and her sister are there. And I just looked at her and I said, I am just so disappointed that you have to come up with this big story and lie. And so this relationship has been based on lies and manipulation. And she just freaking freaked out on me. Watch the video of my girlfriend as a covert narcissist because I go into a lot of details about what happened. Anyways, so number one is she cancels last minute. Okay, number two, she belittles you. And I'm going to give specific examples. I'm not talking about shit tests. That's different. But she says things to you like, oh, you're just a little bitch, or you're stupid, or you're dumb. Like that I draw that line right there. I will look at her and say, I will not be disrespected by you or anyone else like that. Done. Because the thing is, guys, if you do that to them, that's exactly how they're going to feel. So works both ways, right? Number three, she doesn't respond to your text for more than 72 hours. I say 72 hours. There's a lot of YouTubers that say 24 hours. FitX Fearless, he's like got this 24-hour rule. 48 hours for some other guys. So here's the exception. I do 72 hours with 2 texts. So let's say I send them one text and I ask them a question. Hey, what are you up to on Friday night? And This is like on a Monday. Tuesday rolls around, they haven't responded. So within 24 hours to 48 hours, I will message a second time, maximum guys, two texts max. So I will message them a second time and I'll say, "Are you okay?" Something like that. If they still haven't texted me back on that second text after 72 hours, then it's gone. I block them. The reason why I block them is because they're just nothing but trouble, and I don't want that in my life. I don't want a toxic situation in my life. And the only way to make sure you don't have toxicity coming into your life is you need to block that person. Okay. So number 4. Oh yeah. Number 4 is she asks you for money and you haven't met her yet. Right. So I'm going to give you the babysitter example. At the beginning, when I was dating, I was open to dating women with children. And so what I didn't expect is the whole babysitter thing. So you're going to go out on a Friday night, let's just say, and us guys, we don't think of the logistics around children if you don't have children, which I don't have children. And then so this happened to me twice. I got burned twice, learned from it. And basically what happens is the night before or the morning of, so you're going to go out on a date that evening, but the day of, and she says, "Oh, I feel a little uncomfortable asking this, but would you be okay helping to cover the babysitter?" Well, of course, like who wouldn't? So whether it's $50 or $100, I mean, I will even I'll even ask the lady if she's okay to have an Uber, if she wants an Uber to come and meet me for the evening, and then I'll Uber her home. So I cover the Ubers all the time if she wants that. So in this case, I sent her $50 or $100, whatever it was. And of course, plans got canceled or I got ghosted. And this happened to me twice. And so now what I do, if I'm open to dating somebody with a child, which is rare, there are exceptions, that I will say, "Hey, look, I'll give you the cash when we meet." So number 4, never give women money in advance. And if they ask you for money in advance, they're trouble, block them. Number 5, ooh, she keeps lying. So one of the best examples is this. So let's say you meet on a dating app, right? And at some point you agree you're both going to get off the dating app. I will give you this tip, guys. If, depending on the dating app, if you can hide your profile or get off the app. So I'm going to do a video on women lying, right? And they don't think anything of lying. It is the weirdest thing. It's like they will justify why they had to lie. So if I really like someone and I've been seeing them for a few months and we both agree we're getting off the apps, I've done it before, I might create another account in that social media app, a fake one, just to keep tabs on that girl. Because I want to make sure she's true to her words for at least a month after she said she's off the app. If she says she's off the app, she better be off that app. If you see her on the app and she says she's not on the app, she's a lying motherfucker, and you need to get rid of that, block her, because there's I'm trying to recall the movie. Anyways, there's a scene in this movie, and these bunch of guys, these mafia guys or whatever, catch these people, and they have them in a lineup. And the guy asks a bunch of questions, and he's asking each one of them. There's like 3 guys, and he says, "Here's the situation. You have this woman working for you. She's been working for you as an office manager for 15 years. And then one day you catch her stealing $5. What would you do?" So the one of the guys out of the 3 says, "Well, she has worked with me for 15 years and I would forgive her." Well, the guy gets killed, right? And then the other 2 guys are like, "What the fuck?" So the next guy tries to come up with something else, but basically forgive her. He gets killed too. Then the third guy, he looks at the mafia dude and he says, well, that's not the first time she stole, but it's the first time I caught her, so she's fired. Guys, that's what you need to do with these women. You catch them in a lie, that's not the first time they've lied to you. So that's number 5. Number 5 is when you catch them in a significant lie, you need to block them, get rid of them. They are toxic. They will just keep coming back and lying. So listen, man, I hope you really enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments what your 5 red flags would be to block someone, because I'm curious. And let me know if you'd like me to do a video on another topic. All right, see you next time.